Welcome to the TNT Boxing Podcast. I'm your host, TNT Tomlinson, and today we have a very special guest here with us. He is the former two-time IBF light flyweight champion of the world. His record so far as a pro is 13 wins, 2 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, Sivenathi Nontshinga. So, thank you for joining us. My first question is, what made you want to start boxing?
First of all, let me thank you, my brother, for giving me such a platform. May the mighty Lord Jesus Christ give you more strength to do this even furthermore. To be honest, the only reason why I decided to join boxing was only because of where I come from. It is the only primary sport, everybody is a boxer. So I got that influence, and because of environmental issues such as being bullied at school, and then I was like, I can't join those forces and become one hell of a toxic child, Let me just do everything like in a positive way. So I decided to join boxing, and if you realize and you see boxing, it teaches you about life, how you carry yourself, because when you enter the square, it's only you.
Yeah, yeah. That's why it's one of my favorite sports personally as well. It's the only sport where you get to see it's only you in there. There's no team of like other people in there with you. When the bell rings, you're just by yourself. So,
Yeah.
um, my next question is who are some of the fighters you watched and admired growing up?
Growing up, I first of all, I started local boxes, the likes of Simpua Vecheka, Zolani Tete, old boxers from the olden days, such as Kabula Vabaza, Zoli Lembiki. So yeah, they molded me, and internationally, I would go for Floyd Money Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, all the boxing icons, the likes of Iron Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis. But yeah, currently I love Javonda Davis, Errol Spence Jr., Conor Ben, yeah, yeah, yeah. So now I'm only watching those boxes. But yeah, I love boxing.
It's a global sport, right? You can see fights one
Yeah.
night in Japan and one night from USA. So it's
Yeah.
like who's your favorite fighter, would you say, like maybe like all time out of South Africa?
All times out of South Africa, my favorite fighter is Kabula Vabaza, the late Kabula Vabaza. Yes, I still watch him even now. All the classic fights and the classic performances. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all up on YouTube, which is good. And South Africa, home of like many world champion boxers over the last few years, yourself, Heike Butler,
Mm.
uh, and and even in other countries out of Africa, you got guys like Martin Bakoli who are making noise. You know what I mean? So definitely a lot of good fighters. How did you get the nickname Special One?
I'll tell you a story. My father used to love, Jose Mourinho. The coach used to be the coach of the Real Madrid. So he would win like each and every trophy. And then he had this quote, that I'm not arrogant, but I'm the special one. So my father used to love him so much. And then when I turned pro, I was pretty boy. I was V12, so I was still confused, and I wanted to change like the game, and bring something unique to the game. So he said, "Remember Jose Mourinho, you are the special one." And then ever since then, I never looked back.
It's a great nickname, though. It's definitely a great nickname. And something about your career that really interested me is when you started, you moved very quickly through the pros. You won the African light flyweight title in your fifth fight, and you won the IBF International light flyweight title in your seventh fight. You were very young. Why did you choose to move so quickly through the pro ranks instead of maybe trying to get some more experience first?
Like I can say it's a destiny. I was destined for big leagues, because like I didn't see any competition around here. And then I was like, nah, I'll be wasting my time. Whereas I would have just had a long lifespan, in the
Mhm.
boxing um, history. So let me just um, fly higher. And I know if you want to be the best, if you want to, if I didn't, for example, if I didn't do that, I didn't do that, I wouldn't be here talking to
Mhm.
you now. Now we wouldn't have this meeting. You get
Mhm.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's why I was like, let me go for the big leagues or just go home. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So it was all about that. Having faith, and also being inspired, and telling yourself that regardless of who says what or got so much experience, you must enter the square with me and then exchange blows with me, and then I will teach them something. So it was all about that, bro. The confidence.
I guess it's like any opponent has like the potential to like upset you, so you may as well step up the levels when you do that if you feel good enough.
Yes.
Um, and my next question is when you finally got that chance to fight for the world title against Hector Flores, what did it mean to win that world title, especially in such a close and competitive fight out there in Mexico?
Oh, bro, that one makes me so emotional because, like, I was, the COVID came, and then I was out for like almost 24 months, but I think 18 to 19 months, without fighting. But I was in the gym working, because I was number one contender.
Hmm.
And also, Felix Alvarado was the champion back then. So I was supposed to fight him at Texas TNT Center. And then it didn't happen because it was postponed. It was supposed to be on the 12th of December that year, 2021. So I still told myself that I rather get the opportunity when I'm ready,
Hmm.
and I believed it was already scripted, written down, and I didn't see that back then, but the feeling was great when I finally got the chance, and I was so super fit mentally, spiritually, and physically, and then I told myself that this opportunity comes now after I've been on a layoff for such a long period of time, because as boxers, you get better more as you get inside the ring, So,
Hmm.
like, I was like, okay, cool. I had 9 fights, and he had, I think, 29 fights, and we were both undefeated. So, when I got there, I just knew that I would get inside the ring and represent my country, you know, and represent my continent. And because we didn't have a world champion in our continent, So, yeah, it was a do or die thing for me, I told myself that I'll do my best, nothing less and nothing more. And then when the David Diamante announced my name that I is the winner, I couldn't be excited, just close my eyes and lift my fist up because like I was like, yes, in my mind and in my heart, like finally, eventually everything it comes together. So it taught me like that yeah, you can go through trials and tribulations, but at the end, still remain at the top.
Yeah, like I mean that was a great moment, and probably one of an even better moment for you was like in your first fight after winning the title, you actually had a homecoming in South Africa.
So
What was the atmosphere like and experience like fighting at home?
let me tell you, brother, when I was coming up, I didn't have that privilege to watch world credible title fights, you know? And then I always said that in my hometown, when I become a world champion, first title defense, I will make sure that I will come and do it in my hometown so that I can give back, and make sure that everybody watches me, and make sure that tickets are not expensive so that everybody can come in numbers, you know, and yeah, I wanted to just show like other young kids or teenagers or youth that it is possible. Nothing is impossible. Not even the sky is the limit. So the feeling, I can't even, is undescribable, bro. Like the hall, the arena was full, and yeah, it was so loud. And then yeah, I got inside the ring, defended my title, and in a spectacular fashion, bro. And then yeah, like I feel like I'm blessed at this point. Yeah, because everything that I wanted as a young kid, it finally came through.
Um, My next question is something that really impressed me about your career. So in your first fight with Adrian Curiel, there was obviously like the stoppage was a big thing, but in the second fight you made some adjustments and you actually stopped Curiel. So what were some mistakes you think you made in the first fight, and what changed in the second fight leading you to stop Curiel?
I think I didn't watch him properly, and I didn't have a good strategy, which is why I changed it. And I was too relaxed because he caught me with a good punch and in the second round. So I told myself like, nah, this was a minor setback for major comeback. When I finally got the title shot again, told myself that okay, cool. In Mexico, because I've been there before. That's why I won the title. So I'm like, now the history will just repeat itself. I will do it, and let me show the world that I can do it twice or even more. So I went there with a different style, different approach. Fight fire with fire. I took each and every blow that he threw, and made sure that my defense was tighter and then punish him. That's what happened. So everything was planned, and then I would at the when there was a time for the second is on round number two, I would just look at his face there by his corner, and then I'll be like, okay, cool. Now he's feeling it. And I was ready. I was super fit because like I think the news that I'm gonna fight him again came I think 2 weeks after, and then I got back to the camp immediately. Everybody, there was Christmas. I didn't have time with all of those people. I was at camp. I was pushing myself, you know. Yeah, so like, yeah, man, that was the plan. It was all part of the plan. I know a lot of people didn't understand it when the fight started, but as the rounds keep on going up, and then they see everything that I was changing gears.
Yeah, and you're undefeated in Mexico. Like some of your like your best two of your best performances actually came out of Mexico. So it's almost like a second home for you with all your it looks like with all the winning you're doing there, man. And so in your last fight against Masamichi Yabuchi,
Yeah.
what do you sorry, Yabuki, what do you think went wrong in the fight?
I was off, bro. Let me tell you, I was off. I ran for myself. And also, anytime given your bookie, I'll eat him. I'll smoke him, man. It's just that I was off. A lot of things happened during preparations, and even cutting weight down was the most depressing thing, because like I'm bigger, bro. Now I'm moving up. I think I'm between fly and superfly. I don't know, but I'll sit down with my team, and have a great meeting. I'm training even now. I'm back in training, but I just took a rest for like a month. Give my people time. Relate so that I can remain down to earth and relate with the people. You can never forget where you come from, so that you can see your path, you can see where you're going. So yeah, bro, I was like, let me just go and see my grandmom, have time with my kids, each and everybody. My father always there by my side, and they support me. And even the crowd here in South Africa, I thought maybe they were gonna trash talk me, but nah, they didn't do that because in front of the eyes, I'm still a champion.
Yeah, and actually that was actually one of my questions about if you plan on moving up to flyweight. That's obviously been a pretty successful division over the last few years. Sonny Edwards, I think he's recently retired though. Gilalia
Yeah.
Fry. Um,
Mhm.
there's a bunch. There's obviously like Angel Ayala. I think he's the IBF champ. A bunch of fighters out there. Is there anyone you have your eyes set on?
Bro, I want to fight the champions, bro. Firstly, let me just get a warm-up fight. But I'm ready for. I've been a world champion in a light fly, bro. It won't be hard for me to just go up there and get the strap again. I want to be strapped, and the dream is still the same. I want to be the undisputed world champion, brother. So if anybody who's a good boxer, I love competition. I love to compete with one of them greats, bro. Because if you want to be there and become a Hall of Fame, bro, you must fight with the giants, with the big names, bro. That's what I want to do, man, so that the world can see that coming from South Africa, even after I retired, they can give the our boxes like a chance. We can get such big opportunities, and yeah, that's what I want to do, man. I want to show the world that, yeah, if I can do it now from South Africa, there is other young kid who's like me, who's training, who's focused, who wants to fight with the best. So yeah, bro, it's all about creating opportunities for others.
Speaking about like big opportunities, there's been some rumors over the last few months of I don't know if it's this year, but maybe in the future, like a possible Riyadh season Africa card. Is that a card that you'd love to get on in the future?
Yeah, bro, I would love to do that. I would love to be there. I would love to expose myself into big crowds, and showcase my skills and talents, bro. One thing about in life, bro, once you get to live your dream, you're still dreaming even more. So like, yeah, I had a dream to become a world champion, to fight on the zone. I did that, and I appreciate matchroom boxing at hand, for giving me such opportunities. I'll forever be humble, bro. So yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to go there in Riyadh season, bro, and just, yeah, do my thing, man, and just, yeah, make sure that I pave a way for other young kids here at home. Because like, there's scarcity of resources here, especially my province, in the Eastern Cape. You need to move straight to Joburg, if you want to get such opportunities. Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing, is there like a country that you haven't fought in yet that you want to fight in the future? You've already fought in Monaco, South Africa, obviously your home, Japan. So you've really fought all over the world, but is there a country you haven't fought in yet that you'd like to fight in?
Yeah, bro, US. I'd love to fight in Las Vegas, brother. I believe each and everyone as boxers. That's our dream, because that's what those are the fights. I mean, there are a lot of classic fights that we watched straight there from that arena, bro. So if I can get an opportunity to go there, bro, I'll be so happy. I'll be so grateful, man. You know.
There's a very good fighter down at not your weight, but the weight just under, Oscar Collazo. I think he fights out of the US a lot. That could be a potential fight for you in the future. That could get you some.
Uh, yeah, man. I know. I've been watching some of those boxes, bro. And yeah, that'll be a potential fight, man. A good one. He's a good boxer. But yeah, man, we'll definitely will be a classic, one of those classics. If you remember, even the one with Hector Flores was Fight of the Year by IBF. So yeah, man, I just love good boxes. Just love to fight, to be under pressure, because I believe good athletes, they don't fold under pressure.
Definitely. And so you talked about how you want to be undisputed in light fly first. Which of the champions do you think you're targeting first? Would you want the rematch with Yabuki, CP Freshmart, Iwata, or Eric Rosa?
Yeah, I'll take a rematch with Yabuki, but not in live fly, bro, because it drains me so much. Drains me so much. Because when I'm not fighting, I'm walking around 63, 62. So going straight to 49 kgs or 48.99 kgs, that's a lot of work, man. So I'll drain myself, and if bro, this weight I've been contesting with at the when I was still an amateur, bro. So nah, it's more than I think. It's more than 12 years. Fighting with this weight. So now, if the opportunity comes for me to move up, why not?
Mhm. Yeah, there definitely a lot of big opportunities at flyweight as well. And
Mm.
going back to so South Africa obviously has had like a number of world champions in recent decades. How do you describe the boxing culture in South Africa?
Bro, what I can say, we have good followers of boxing here. We have great boxers. One of them greats, we just need more opportunities. Otherwise, the culture here, we have supportive people, each and every one when we're fighting, they always come and fill the arena, bro. And the positivity straight from the fans, brother. So yeah, the culture is just so brilliant, man. It's just that we need more opportunities and more exposure.
Yeah. Definitely that definitely a big scene it's definitely like a very interesting scene to keep tabs on. So yeah. And speaking of which, with so many talented fighters coming out of your country over the last few years, who are some of the toughest or most talented fighters that you've personally sparred?
The likes of Heki, the likes of because when I came there was Heki, there was Moruti, and Kafu is the current WBO world champion, and yeah, we've been in camp together, sparring one another. And then there's the good kid, Frank Sotomela, he's a go-getter, he's been pushing, and yeah, bro, a lot of good talent that is here. As I said before, we just need more opportunities and more exposure to the world, man, because we can never lift up the standard of boxing if we're gonna contest one another year. We need to go for the big leagues, my brother. So that's what we need. We need such a structure, um, or the board that will take us and move us. Fortunately, some of us we have such good people, my manager and trainer, Colin Nathan. I respect that man, because changed my life, the life of my family, and yeah, man, big ups to him. I so wish he can change even more lives with his positive vibes, brother.
Yeah. He manages also, I think, Butler and Maruti.
Mm.
Yeah. Also, who would you say is the hardest puncher you ever fought, and what was the toughest fight of your career?
Hardest puncher. My toughest fight first was Hector Flores. That was the one head of him fight. That was the toughest one, and it was the hard puncher that I fought. Uh, since he caught me with a right overarm on the first round, on the second round, so I'll give it to Kure.
Yeah, Curiel was one of those guys I bet that was pretty tough to prepare for, because probably not much footage on him to really
Yeah.
prepare for that. But speaking of speaking of like if you could of the division you fight in and the tough competitive fighters, if you could fight any fighter from any era, preferably around your weight, who would that be?
Um, Bam Rodriguez. Bam, bam, bam. Because of the age, we're in the same generation, and then same age group, So yeah, man, he's a good boxer, bro. I respect him. And yeah, as I said before, that the only aim is to fight with the big guns, man. Yeah, 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 all the giants, man, so that I can show the world that I'm capable of being one of them greats in the sport of boxing. So yeah, definitely that'll be a good one, man.
I'm sure I'll probably that's very likely in the future because you've obviously worked a lot with Matchroom in the past, and he's someone who's going to be looking for opponents if he keeps knocking all the guys he fights out. So I think that'll be a really good fight, though. I think your grit and determination, his grit and determination, that'll be one of the classics there, man. Uh, so just lastly, so out of your entire career, you had many big moments from headlining in South Africa to perhaps fighting in several different countries, like such as Mexico, to actually to going out and winning the world title. What would you say is your favorite moment from your career, if you had to pick
My
one?
favorite moment in my career is when I won my title for the second time, when I snatched my title in Mexico in front of the 10,000 people crowd, bro, sold out event. Such a crazy as, excuse my language, great arena, bro. Like I was like, nah, I'm him now. I'm the person that I always wanted to become, And then I told myself, like, nah, and headlining that, bro, full of, one thing about Mexican culture and Mexican fans, they go with a if they support their boxes, bro. They show love. It doesn't matter where you come from, bro. If you're a good boxer, they love you. They follow you. They have. I won a lot of hearts there, man. And they would tell me like even my surname, what it means in their language, bro. That was the great comeback. So it was always on my bucket list to just do something like that, man. So like everything just aligned, the challenges that we face, you know, yeah, man, having not having resources, having to move and leave your parents and everything, and just go and be yourself somewhere all alone, bro, and just push hard each and every day. So everything just comes together, man. So yeah, that was the greatest moment ever. I still even listen to that commentary. That was a nice one.
Mm-hmm. Uh, that was definitely one of my favorite moments of your career too. But is there anything you'd like to promote before we end the interview?
Yeah, man. I would love to just give a big shout out to you, man. Because like opportunities like these, brother, the brotherhood, the friendship, bro, it's rare, When you reached out to me and then told me about this platform, I couldn't resist because like it's something that I've always wanted to do, to just be out there, man, and speak my story and talk my story and expose it. Maybe we never know, man. There's the one kid, if a person, only a single person can be inspired by what you're doing, man. Meaning that that person is capable to change even more lives. So, like, yeah, man. And also, we must give credit to the people that support us, Noma Anjani, Colin Nathan, the hot box as a whole, man, with such warm hearts, and yeah. Lastly but not least, man, my family and everybody who stood by me when I'm down and out. I love them so much. And thanks to you, brother.
Thank you very much for being on the platform, Sivenachi.